Flosstube.
Hi, Flosstube.
There's our doggy.
This is Clyde.
Oh, Great Dane. Look
Come
at
here,
big old head.
Clyde.
Oh, Clyde.
Come here, Clyde. Oh.
This is video number 3, Autumn Lane Stitchery. I am Aaron Houston. This
I'm
is the
Cassandra.
beautiful. Yes, that was perfect.
This is the
and that's
beautiful
Clyde,
Clyde.
the gigantic
Clyde.
Great Dane. So,
He's awesome.
Video number 3. This is going to recap market and apparently show off all of our animals.
All of our dogs. You've already seen the other two.
You've seen dog.
Isn't
These
this
are other
funny?
two dogs.
Okay,
This is
okay,
ridiculous.
okay. Not on camera.
Today, did you hear that? Hey, quiet. Oh, we got a fight going on.
Fierce. She's fierce, dude.
Let's
You
have a
should
dog fight
cross
at
her.
the start of this video. Look at her.
She don't.
All right, Marley, knock it off. So we're going to recap market a little bit in this video. Full disclosure, we started this video already, but I was a little long-winded. So we have to restart. So I'll try to do it
I made him stop. I'm like, you're boring. You're putting me to sleep. Can we start over? I'm such a jerk.
She is a jerk,
I am.
probably for the better. So we're going to do that. She's going to show off. So she's going to start the Curious Mermaid.
I am.
She has a few different
That's
fabrics
coming
that she's deciding on. And we're going to share that with you and maybe get your opinion.
I would love your opinion.
See how we do
I
with
would
that.
love your opinion.
And what else are we going to do? What are we going to show off? So I didn't get much
We
from
have a
market.
release.
We do have a release. Oh, yeah. So should we talk about it now?
Sure, we can talk about it now.
The Woodland Santa has officially hit the shops. I guess, yeah. I want to say the internet, but it actually has hit the shops. So this was one of the ones, this one and the Easter tree were what we released at market as the new ones.
Yeah, so we can't have the Easter tree yet.
There we go. Look at the cool Christmas logo.
You know how he does. And he does that continuation.
Wow.
So we don't have the PDF up yet. So a bunch of stores did buy this one at market. You can also buy from us. I like to support the artist directly, which would just be on our Etsy store. But no, you may also purchase this maybe from your local needlework store.
If they don't have it, tell them and they can get it.
Yes, or you can just come buy it from us on Etsy. That is wonderful. And we ship out like immediately. Like literally somebody ordered 2 patterns on Saturday. The post office closed 30 minutes after they ordered and we already had it in the post office done, sent everything. We ship so quickly.
Amazon.
But
look out.
Right? Yeah. Just call us the next Amazon. But anyway, so you can buy us this one on our Etsy store.
It's officially out.
It is officially out.
Yes.
It's called Woodland Santa.
It's awesome.
And he is awesome. And so that is up. Now the PDF is not up yet. It should be up in what? A couple days? Aaron has to make it.
Maybe a couple days. Shouldn't take too long.
Couple days
We're
to a
doing
week.
a billion things at once over here.
Depends on how much I winch to him. Depends on, how many other things I'm like, Aaron, are you going to do this? And he's like, fine. So he sets this aside, the PDF. So that's coming.
That's out.
Or that's out. PDF is coming on Etsy. And we're the only ones that carry the PDF. We will never be wholesaling out PDFs to other
There's no
stores.
reason for that shenanigans.
Nope.
But the booklet you can get from your local LNS, right?
Yep, LNS.
Yeah.
Or like I said, we are also your non-local LNS.
We are your non-local LNS.
Non-local LNS.
Yes. So that's out. We'll, in this video, do a little bit of recap of market. Cassandra will show off some stuff.
Aaron got me one thing from market.
I did. Isn't that sad?
Babe. I'm like, babe, the whole time. I'm like, babe, can you go to the fabric places? Go get me some fabric places. He's legit, like, rooming, not rooming.
Susan Leonard.
With Susan Leonard, who again, Black
Cauldron Dye Works, Susan.
He didn't even get me a piece of fabric from Susan. Fabrics are my favorite thing. I hoard fabrics. I don't care about the fibers.
Yeah.
Well, I hoard memorabilia. I don't hoard a lot of stuff, but I hoard fabric.
Yeah, she does.
And I literally, it wasn't until closing where I was like, did you get me anything? And he's like,
oh, better get that handled.
He's like, me and Stephanie from Hand-Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie. He's like, or Steph's Fabbies. I can't remember which one she goes by. I think Steph's Fabbies her website, but it's Hand-Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, we've got a meeting. We're going to meet
We don't have a meeting.
after
I was
it
going to go
ends.
talk to
And
her.
so he gets
like
there.
some
She has
official
like
meeting.
20 pieces of fabric left. He's like, take your pick. I'm like, dude, They were like, this should probably have
your
thousands.
oyster.
But it's limited to the 20 pieces of fabric that nobody else wanted. So,
this is your world.
Dude, it was great.
Small.
It was a great piece. So I'm all right. I'm happy. And she even gave it to him, which is so nice.
We're going to
she gave it
something
to him.
amazing on it.
We are. The other thing is we have a model back.
Yes.
It's not technically a model.
She stitched it.
She stitched it.
And sent it to us.
We mentioned her before, Liz Dorsey.
Yes.
She stitched it for herself. And she was
amazing.
kind enough to send it to us so that we
Yeah.
could take pictures of it and put it on our pattern, so it's not, computer generated image.
Yeah.
But so this is so Liz Dorsey stitched this.
Look how good that came
Isn't
out.
that good? So this is our Hollows Eve haunting.
Dude, that's so
And
good.
what? So it is on Murky. And I can't remember which Murky, if we had it a linen or a like Jobelin or whatever.
Oh,
This is
came
either
out so
Lugana
good.
or Jobelin. So, but
Look
it
how
is
awesome
on
that
Murky.
is.
So this is our Hollows Eve haunting.
Look
And
at a little fog down here.
it is on the suggested fabric,
good.
though it might be, like I said, we might have said do a linen, and she might have done an even weave or something. I don't know, but
But it
it
came
is
out
on
so
Murky.
good.
Isn't that fantastic? It's
Here's the
so
thing.
good. Liz
I
did
love
so good.
trying to create the depth with
Yeah, he
these
loves
things,
the
with
depth
these kind of
effect.
silhouettes. So like that, the building is
that.
kind of a little bit like a dark kind of brownish gray.
Look at that moon. Look
so
at the
good.
colors of that moon. This is why he's very careful choosing his fabric colors.
The whole time you can see over here.
I know he's
I
trying
wanna
to check
see
out,
it.
as if he's never seen it. But like I said, you can always stitch it on whatever fabric you want to. This is like perfection.
It is perfection.
This is just this fabric is just perfection.
So here's a little PSA. If you do, our patterns with all of these even the Curious Mermaid here. So you can switch the fabrics real quick. You can switch the fabrics.
Which I'm doing.
But I obviously coordinate the colors to the fabric. Okay, so
That's
like
what this is supposed to be on.
like with this one, you kind of have that darker gray that's a little bit darker than the fabric. So you kind of have that depth. So what I recommend
Girl Scout
when
cookie.
you're stitching if you stitch our stuff, one of these, and you do change the fabrics, coordinate your colors with the fabric. I mean, that sounds pretty obvious, but is it? For me, it is, because I'm an artist.
For me. That's too hard for me.
Well, if you don't, it's not going to look right.
Here's a for instance.
Yeah, tell me.
This
Because
is
if you don't,
why
it's not
this
gonna
is
look right.
why you just say that as an artist, and that's super easy for you. But for some person like me, I am not going to do any sort of color change.
Yeah, but you change memorabilia colors. What are you talking about?
No, I don't.
You don't?
No.
right.
The only
How do you
time
know?
I've ever changed them is because somebody else changed it and shared their conversion.
Okay.
I am not confident enough to change a color ever.
But this is
And
geared towards the
this
people
is
that are.
reason why
Right?
we're in a fight now.
This is a fight.
This color right here, I hate burgundy. I hate this color. I hate this color. It's actually
You're
not
savage.
bad. It's actually not bad in real life because it's more of like a berry, like a raspberry type of color. So when I got it, I was like, okay, that's not so bad. The print, it looks like it's like a burgundy. I loathe that color. So I told him, I was like, well, if I stitch this, I'm going to make it more of like a purple or something. I actually don't mind this color. But in looking at the different fabrics that I had chosen for it, I'm not confident enough to change the color of the pattern.
In Aaron, we trust.
In Aaron,
is what
I
you
trust.
gotta-
In Aaron, I trust. I'm not going to change the colors. So that seems all great and easy, but
Yeah.
you're going to have a bunch of people messaging you, hey, can you change this color for me? That's too much work.
I want to say
so-
but
No,
I
because
can't
like one of them is this that I was looking at.
look how good it looks.
And this has purples in it, and I was like, we were like, oh,
Perfect.
Aaron's like, oh, that looked great.
I think that
we
looks
can
perfect.
maybe change that burgundy color to a purple.
No way.
But actually, no, that this, it's like a deep raspberry color. I'm okay with raspberry. I just don't like burgundy.
That was a PSA for those brave enough.
We'll get there.
to do
Sorry,
it.
that was a little sneak peek rooski. We'll get there. But
A tangent.
So
As we do.
what Aaron was saying is just don't
what I said.
listen because it's too much work. It's too hard.
That was for anybody brave enough
Brave
if you
enough.
want to. Okay.
Go ahead and change all the colors is what he basically just
Do
said.
what you want.
If
But
you switch the fabric, you've got to change the colors around.
if you don't, it's not going to look right.
Oh.
That's what I'm telling you. So be brave.
Don't be
Go
brave.
forth.
Just change the fabric.
Okay.
But see, for me, Aaron, my my thing. That's what a floss
This is
toss
a straight up discussion.
This is what a
right
floss
now.
toss is. I need to tell him what's up.
Yeah, you do.
Just pause for a minute. Let me tell my husband's what's up.
Yeah,
My
tell me.
husband's.
My husband.
Apparently, he's like 8 people.
Good for you.
Right?
Lucky.
Right? Floss list.
Yeah.
Floss.
Uh-huh.
When I go and I do a floss toss,
Yeah.
you go like this and say, oh, that looks great.
Of course.
Oh, this would look great. You kind of
Okay.
visualize, and I always take the pattern and I stick it right there, and
Okay.
I'm like, okay, that looks good. I'm not going to use a fabric that
So-
does not look good with the floss toss.
Counterpoint. If you
I wanna
say,
smack him so
say
bad
you
right
did
now.
use something like this, that is like total opposite, you just love this fabric. You put it on there, the gradient or like the depth that I'm trying to go for will not be there. It doesn't look right because it doesn't go with the fabric. Do you understand what I'm saying?
So if you're brave, then I guess you switch every single color.
Yes.
If not,
That's what I
then
said.
you just choose a different fabric because I have like 200 pieces
You
of fabric. Why
do
wouldn't I just change
you.
fabric?
Well, you can do what you want. That was just a
I
little
can do what I
helpful
want.
pro
Can
tip.
I smack you right now? I want to so bad. I don't act like I beat my husband. I don't. He would never go for that.
Let us know down below what your thoughts are on that situation.
It's too much work.
Do you
It's too scary.
Want to be involved in this
Aaron,
fight?
we have so many people commenting. You suggested 28 count cashel linen.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do a 14 count Ada?
Uh-huh.
Most people, I feel like a lot of people are on that spectrum where it's like,
they
yeah,
are,
it's the
of
same
course.
fabric. It's
Of
the
course.
same fabric. You're just one, you're stitching over two. You know, it's not the same fabric. But you get what I'm saying. Okay. We're done. Done.
I won
You
that
did
fight.
not win that fight. Anyway, so long story long, this looks
is
great.
amazing.
Stitch it on Picture This Plus
Hallows
marking. It's
Eve
perfect.
Haunting.
Hallows Eve Haunting that was stitched by Liz Dorsey. And we will send it back to you, Liz. If you were watching this, I promise you,
Yes.
you'll get it back
ASAP.
in the next 6 to 12 months. I'm just kidding. We'll send it back to you in
That
like a
also
week.
includes ASAP because it's just whenever we get
Because
us.
but you will be on the cover photo, yay for you. And
Yeah.
when we reprint, we'll say model stitched by Liz Dorsey.
And we appreciate it.
And we
Liz.
do
Just
appreciate
know.
you. Thank you.
So we got that.
Okay.
We literally got that like 10 minutes before I walked out
Literally
the door for
10
Nashville.
minutes before we had to
It
leave
was
for
crazy.
his flight.
We're like, because
10
it was
minutes.
supposed to be here Wednesday and it didn't arrive till Thursday. And it said it was out for delivery. And usually we get our mail in the
Yeah.
morning. We're like, oh my gosh, hurry. Said it literally came like 10 before we left.
I'm
so,
also going to explain something. Go ahead.
do it.
Sorry.
So, little recap of Market. It went amazing. Market went really good. We had a lot more pre-orders than we expected, so we actually printed a ton. What are you going to do?
I'm going to tell them a little public service announcement.
Man, you can't steal my PSAs.
I am.
Can I argue with you about it?
No.
Okay,
Real quick,
We'll go over
tangent.
Market in a second. Just like
This
Cassandra.
is very important. Girl Scout cookies are not what you think that they are. Here in Utah, I love lemon. This is our lemon cookies from the Girl Scouts. Lemon Ups. Okay? Here's the Lemon Up.
Everybody loves Girl Scout cookies.
Everybody loves Girl Scout cookies.
So, real quick, do they only have one in Utah and then somewhere else? Is there only two?
There's 2 bakers in all of U.S.
Okay.
I used to buy
So
lemonades.
This makes sense then.
Lemonades from when we lived in Nevada.
Yeah.
So 2 years ago, I asked our local Girl Scout, where are the lemonades? You guys don't have them. They're like, oh, there's no such thing. I was like, yeah, there are. I buy like 20 boxes of the lemonades. Like there are. I did not imagine this. And they're like, no, there's no such thing as a lemonade. They're the Lemon Ups. Public service announcement. There are 2 bakeries
Still my PSA.
in the USA of Girl Scout cookies. There are, in fact, lemonades. And guess what? They're way different and they're way better. And look, they have icing on the back.
They actually do taste different.
They're way different. Look, they're way different. This, no icing. This, icing.
I wonder-
Samoas and Caramel Delights are supposed to be the same cookie. So anyways, long story short, while I do support my local Girl Scouts, I will buy a few. I
That was
actually
a
have to
straight
buy
up tangent.
my Girl Scouts cookies online because I can't get the ABC baker here in Utah. I have to order them online to get my lemonades.
I love that. That was a tangent.
That was a huge tangent, a very important tangent though.
When you're
And
eating your
again,
cookies, so it makes
I
sense. It's all
want to
good.
support my local Girl Scouts, and I do. I bought like 4 boxes from them, but I also ordered 10 boxes of lemonades.
She doesn't only hoard fabric, yeah.
I also hoard cookies. when I'm not on a diet anymore. Okay.
Okay.
So sorry.
What is that?
Total tangent, but it was necessary. So, P.S. If any of you guys have girls who sell Girl Scout cookies where I can order them online, the lemonades, I'd love to support them. If it's not the girls that sell lemon ups, because I already have them. Okay. I need another link. Drop your links. Yeah, I'm gonna run out of these really quickly. I need more lemonades.
Okay, so
that's it.
So there's
Let me support your daughters or grandkids or whatever. Okay, go ahead.
Look at you go. I love it.
I want to support them. I need to support the Girl Scouts. It's a good
your
cause.
habit.
And I love this cookie.
Yes.
It's really great.
Okay, so
Cheers.
let's talk a little bit about Market. Now that Cassandra, can I talk about Market?
I guess.
Market was amazing.
Okay.
It was super busy. It was a lot busier than I was expecting. I think in the last video we talked about it. I was saying how I thought I was going to be twiddling my thumbs and not doing anything just because I was a newbie. I had no idea what to expect. I was wrong.
You guys?
I was a little bit wrong. So you do pre-orders beforehand. So there's me.
Aaron's in the red.
Bowing my head in shame.
Bowing his head in shame. Susan Leonard sent me this picture. Yes. Look at him.
Shaky
the
cam.
hordes of women.
So that was Friday
had no
night.
idea.
Friday night was crazy because that's like the first day. So everybody feels like they have to get to the room. She's just going to eat her cookie the whole time we're doing this. They feel like they have to get to the room just so in case somebody sells out. Okay, so Friday is always super busy. So that was on Friday. So I was rooming with the wonderful Susan Leonard.
Hey, Aaron, just call me Wilson.
You're such a dork.
Go ahead.
I was rooming with Susan Leonard. So first of all, thank you, Susan. She's amazing. She invited me to share her room. She had her other person that she was selling with dropped out. So she invited us. I'm the only one that went. I think we talked about this before, but I was the only one that went because it was such a quick, she messaged us.
And we had our kids to watch.
In the beginning of January, and the market's in the beginning of March. Mm-hmm. So it was a quick turnaround. Plus, we thought we were going to go on a cruise. Lots of different things.
Our cruise was canceled, you guys, because of the coronavirus. Yeah. Nope.
For the better.
That's why obviously for the better, but
so it was a quick turnaround. So it ended up being just me. We already talked about that. So Friday was nuts. We had a lot more pre-orders than I thought. So going to market, we actually sent our patterns on Monday because it was crazy leading up to the market.
It was a car full of patterns.
We were stuffing patterns,
oh my gosh,
putting them in the sleeves. Literally
hours and hours.
We got them Friday because we thought we were going to get them a little bit sooner, but we didn't. We got them Friday
before market.
And then we had to. So we figured, okay, we have to ship them by Monday so they can get there by Friday, and market starts Friday. So it was a super tight timeline. We were crazy busy right up till Monday when we had to ship them. Literally stuffing the patterns Monday at 5:00, and they had to be out by 5:30. So it was crazy.
Insanity.
So it was a lot of stress just making sure they got there to begin with.
We definitely underestimated the amount of time and work that it would take to print up and get these patterns ready and stick the leaflets in.
You just gotta stick the piece of paper in, put in the thing. No problem.
But for 3,000 of them and then doing the envelope and everything, it's insane.
So all you ladies out there doing that,
nonstop.
Good for you.
Yeah.
So market started Friday. These things got there Friday at 1:00. Now, mind you, we had a lot more pre-orders than we thought we were going to do, and I had to I started pulling the pre-orders.
You guys, he's so adorable.
Oh my God.
He thought that he would bring about 50 patterns of each because he doesn't have, like I said,
this is our
the
first
fact
year.
that you guys buy his stuff or like it or are supporting him at all, he doesn't. He still is he does. Look at his little
face. Very much appreciated.
He has
Look
no
at his little
idea.
face.
Look at his little face. He loves it.
That's what everybody was doing at the show. That's how I got treated at the show. Look at this little guy.
This little guy. Look at this little guy.
Look at him
for
his
real.
first market.
He had no idea. He really thought he would print up about 50 of each pattern. He ended up printing up at least 150 to 300 of each pattern, and he
he
printed up almost over 3,000 patterns.
I can't remember. Anyway.
And he sold
we did a lot of pre-orders.
3/4 of them.
We doubled the pre-orders on the print job.
Yeah.
Just so we can have enough, so we can have extra and then have some later.
Yeah.
So we didn't, like Friday, they got there at 1, and I started pulling it, like we were still getting the room together and everything. P.S. This is our banner.
Yes.
I think I said it already.
We're legit.
But, yeah.
Yes.
So we're official Flosstubers now.
And an
Got our stuff behind us.
cross-stitch designer, apparently.
Yes, official cross-stitch designer, I guess. So I was pulling the orders literally up until the show started at 6 o'clock. And I didn't get done. I only got about a quarter of the way through. And then so a few people started trickling in, and then it just got insane. It's partly my own fault because I had these receipts where I had to write down everything. So here's a little pro tip for all you first-time Nashville Market goers. Print up your receipt, and Becky Nolan gave me this little... She actually was helping me tremendously as well, so... Becky, you're amazing. Print up your receipt with all your patterns already listed on there, because when you're in the moment and everybody's buying stuff, I literally was writing down, I was doing shorthand, but I was writing down every pattern. If we had 14 patterns, if somebody got every one, I had to write everything, write the numbers, anyway, and it was crazy. So
fascinating.
That picture you saw people out the door. Okay. So
That's what that was. He just had a long line of women
fault.
trying to get their pre-orders. That's what that whole long unnecessary.
Be prepared is what I got from Market.
Everybody was very, very,
very
patient.
Yes.
When he's like, "Oh, I'll have your stuff already made." No, he didn't have any pre-orders already pulled because like I said, we were literally stuffing envelopes up until the second he left. So, it was ridiculous.
And then Kenny's another one. He was
Kenny's
actually helping
dude.
Karen.
Kenny is the man.
He was helping Karen McEwen of Meridian Design with the show, and he was like, every moment he had, he would come over and help me.
Yeah.
Because it was just insane. So he would come over and start fill the pre-orders, because on Friday, I didn't finish, so I was so stressed out. Susan back there taking photos of me,
sending him
she's
to
like,
me?
you know what? This is this guy's
with me.
first market. Let's just throw him in the deep end and just laugh at him the entire time. I'm just kidding. Her and she had her friend Sam helping her at Market. They both helped me out tremendously. So I'm joking when I say that, but
this isn't because my husband, he's a man. Men don't communicate. So I'm like, "Hey, Aaron, how's it going?" 5 hours later, "Hey, Aaron, what's up?" Nothing. I'm like, so are you dead? What is happening?
Possibly.
And he'd just be like, "Busy," and that was it. That's all I get. And I'd be like, "Okay." So anyway, Susan, thank heavens for Susan. Susan would message me and tell me what was up. So she sent me that first one. She's like, "Aaron," this is what she said, "Aaron is overwhelmed." And she did.
I was thriving.
She did the little laughing face. And I said, I was like, I'm anyways. She said, then later she's like, "Oh my gosh, he is dying." 3 exclamation points. So it's just hysterical.
Have somebody with you.
It was hysterical.
P.S.
If you
when you go to Market.
Yeah. Or if you're me, have someone go with you to carry your bags of endless amounts of fabric that I wish I could have gotten, but I didn't because my husband's too
shops,
busy
man,
to think about.
They were getting so much stuff. The shops that go to Market work really hard for you guys to get you the stuff that you order, and just bring you all the amazing things. Yeah. So thank your shops very much when you go to pick up all your pre-orders from Market. Okay, because they work very hard. So that was Friday. Friday was insane. And then Saturday was kind of a little bit more of a slower day. They kind of trickle in a little bit throughout the day. Well, it's a steady line throughout the day, but it wasn't crazy.
Why didn't you still have any time to go buy me cross-stitch fabric?
That's a good question. It was a steady line throughout the day. It wasn't really busy.
I birthed you 3 children.
I know.
And you brought me one piece of fabric.
Dude, Susan literally makes fabric, and I didn't even take a picture.
Literally rooming with Susan, and I was like, "Oh, what'd you bring me, babe?" And he's like, "Oh, just the fabric from Stephanie." I was like, "I'm like, weren't you rooming with Susan Leonard, who was selling cross stitch fabric?" And he's like, "Oh, I didn't even ask. Why didn't I think of that?"
Because
you're a man.
dork. I'm a dork.
Literally, fabric brings me more joy than anything.
Everybody was super kind.
Yeah.
Let me put that out there. To everybody I talked to, it's hard to kind of remember everybody's names and who you talk to. You don't want to leave anybody out when you start naming names. So thank you to everybody that I chatted with. Everybody was so kind, like especially the shops. I kept, especially on Friday when you see that line, I'm like, I'm so sorry, ladies. I'm so sorry.
He was asked to sign one of the cross-stitch patterns.
Oh, yeah. They asked me to sign it. I forgot about that. I was like, are you joking?
You did forget about that. Again, Susan Leonard communicated with me more, and I had never talked to Susan before
Oh,
that.
my gosh.
She, a woman
like,
I don't even know, communicated with me more than my own husband did.
But she's your best friend now.
Yeah, apparently so. Because
So,
you're
yeah.
not.
Everybody was kind. The shops, like, I was super humbled and grateful for for everybody. For all the pre-orders, for everybody purchasing. And they were patient with me as I fumbled through the whole madness.
And he did fumble through.
I did.
Hardcore.
Oh, man. I fumbled big time. But it's all good. That's part of the learning experience.
Yeah.
So I would 100% recommend to all those that are want to go to market and they're just kind of, because I was a little intimidated by going. I mean, I'm kind of a dude, so I don't know if that's
You're kind of a dude? I'd
Yeah.
say you're just an actual dude. You're not kind
dude.
of. You're a dude.
So that was part of it, but it was mainly because, like, I felt like maybe we didn't have enough patterns, or what if we don't do well? There's a whole bunch of things that kind of go through your brain. If you're thinking about doing it, I would do it.
No.
So definitely do it. And then Sunday, it was a slow day. That's kind of, everybody just goes around and kind of chats with like all the other designers and gets fabric or go picks up like patterns that they're wanting or whatever. So it's kind of a chill day.
Thank you, Valerie Johnson. Valerie Johnson just bought our Spring Blossoms PDF.
Shout out to Valerie.
Thank you, Valerie Johnson.
This video. Man, we're always all over the place.
All over the place. Oh, my word. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
So I chatted with a lot of amazing ladies on Sunday, which was crazy because I would go out to talk to somebody, go to introduce myself, and then I would get a text like, you have a customer, you need to get back. So I would like run back to the room, and then go out. I was constantly running around the show, which was, people were probably like, what's this dude trying to get exercise in the middle of the show? So that was pretty much...
that joke. No. I'm just kidding.
You're the worst.
That was a
man.
crash and burn.
That was a crash and burn.
The crash and...
But overall, it was a good show. Thankful to everybody.
Everybody's amazing. Yeah.
So
it makes me happy to know that my husband is being appreciated because I don't appreciate it. I'm just kidding. I appreciate him. I think his stuff's incredible, and I feel like he doesn't believe me.
I don't believe you.
And like I said, when he saw the line, he had no clue. He thought he would sell like 30 patterns.
I honestly
and he
thought I'd be
sold
standing around the whole time.
probably 2,500 patterns.
But you never know. It's your first time. You don't know what's
I know,
going to
but
happen.
he still always questions himself. So that it means the world.
Yes.
Coming from somebody who's kind of watching as an outsider. I mean, even though obviously, like
You're just being mean. You can't be nice now. Too late.
what?
Too late.
I don't feel the need to be nice to you. I'm just telling them that they're amazing.
Just facts.
And that we
All right.
appreciate you guys,
Yeah.
even supporting us at all. Like
So-
it's awesome.
I do need to thank Kenny Lair, for one,
Kenny,
for helping me
Kenny's the
tremendously.
man. We love.
He was like
Kenny.
helping me a bunch. And plus he finished the geisha. You want to give him a little preview of the geisha?
I wanted to show it. Kenny finished. This is an official model.
Yeah. This was at the show. He literally
seen
gave
Kenny
this to me
do
at
this.
the show.
You've seen
Yeah.
Kenny. If you follow Kenny Stitches,
Show him the face there. So this is coming out in a couple weeks. I just wanted to show you guys
geisha.
because I'm so happy. Like for me, like when you
gosh.
create the pattern and then watch it come to life for me,
Look
it's
at her.
amazing.
I know, and she's a full size. This is a fat quarter.
Yeah.
So
we'll show that off like in the next video. Or two.
Yeah, next
Coming
video
out
we'll
soon.
show that. When we're ready to release that Bad Larry and it's on, boom, we'll show it.
So thank you to Kenny.
And of course, what we're going to plan on doing is having it available to off of our Etsy store or our website once we get that running for a solid at least a week before we start selling to stores. So we will plan on doing that pretty much for every pattern. We're going to have it just available to us exclusively for a solid week to a month. We haven't decided on a time limit. And then after that time limit, then opening it up to have other stores buy it. Because of course we want to support the local needlework stores.
We do. So anyway.
Yeah. So that's coming. I mean, it's done. The pattern's done.
It is done.
Aaron just has to piece it all together, which you see that he puts a lot of work into these. So it takes him a while to piece it out. So
it'll be amazing.
Yeah.
So I need to also thank Karen McEwen. That's how you say it. Of Meridian Designs. So I had to actually bunk with her while we're at. There wasn't really a whole lot of room in ours.
Karen bunked with my husband.
So I bunked with Karen and Kenny.
And
We were having sleepovers. So, and I was asking Karen all sorts of questions too.
Yeah.
So also a little pro tip for all you first timers out there: if when you decide to go, reach out to people. Like, don't be afraid. Like, everybody is so kind in this industry. Yeah. Like, reach out, ask somebody for advice. Or, like how they're doing things. I'm sure they'll be more than happy to help you. So thank you to her, Kenny, Susan Leonard, who allowed me to stay in her room. So she was amazing.
Again, she's Black Cauldron Dye Works.
Yes.
I would love to have a piece of your fabric.
Yes.
And Susan.
So I
guess I could buy it.
The shop is called
Who?
Needle Orts in
Needle Orts?
Yeah, Needle Orts in Florida.
Do you know what an ort is?
What is it? Tell me.
Do you know?
No, I don't.
The orts are the little ends of fabrics that you cut, or the little end of like strings once you're done stitching that you cut off. And like an ort jar. Did you ever see that? I used to have the ort jars.
Ends? Oh, that's
the little
cool.
ends to your the string.
Hey, you learned something new.
That's an ort.
So the shop Needle Orts in Florida. If you're around Florida, go visit these. Their name is Debbie and Bob.
What did they do?
So that's their shop. They're
Debbie and Bob, but you never told me who they are.
That's their local. Her LNS is Needle Arts.
Okay.
But so they're kind of friends with Susan. So they were in our room a ton, and they helped me tremendously as well.
Oh,
they're just so kind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like, she was offering to help anytime she could, and I'm too proud to say yes, please. So I was just like, nah, don't worry about it. But she offered any chance she could, and they were super kind. So thank you to them. So there's a ton of people I think, but that's like who directly got us to market and helped while we were there, and I appreciate it. So that's kind of the market. If anybody has any questions in the comments, just let us know, and we'll try to answer those questions, because I'm drawing a blank, like, for the most part right now. But it was amazing. So.
Awesome.
So that was market. So if you have questions, shoot them our way. So so Cassandra's going to show off.
Okay, well, wait. First,
yeah.
This is the one thing Aaron got me. So two of my favorite colors from
the haul.
Stephanie.
This is the haul.
So yeah, Fabrics by Stephanie or StephsFabbies.com.
The sad haul.
My two favorite fabrics that she makes are Loki and Banshee. And both of those, I probably have 4 pieces of each. You just didn't know that.
No, I did, because you told me.
I told you last night.
She was like, when we were watching, she's like, this is also Loki.
This is also but look, Loki. Aaron, this is also Loki. Because it always dyes so different. That's what I try to tell him. Back to your whole,
I know that.
But you have to have a nice gradient.
That's true. So
I could literally get this fabric and it's blue this time.
Yeah,
next time I could order it, it could be green. It dyes different. That's the whole thing with hand-dyed fabric.
Yeah,
it's different.
Exactly.
But anyways, so anyways, she was kind enough again. She just gave us this fabric. I told him to go buy me a piece of fabric, and she just gave it to him, which was so kind. So this is Banshee, and this is just 32 count linen.
That's amazing.
Look at this. Look at this fabric. Look at that fabric. So I love it, of course. I love that it has this like bright turquoisey color right there. That is such awesome fabric. So anyways,
that one's so good.
That almost made the cut as to look at that.
So much good stuff you can be
so
doing
good.
right now.
And this was again like the rejects that was like at the end of the show. I can't imagine the amount of thousands of fabric that she brought.
Oh, man.
And this was like the last piece of Banshee.
She was crazy,
right?
The whole time. Yeah.
This was the last piece of Banshee. This was the reject. You kidding me? It's fantastic. So I'm so stoked about that piece of fabric. That was very kind of her to give us that.
Yeah. So thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you, Stephanie. Okay, so
that's the haul.
There's the haul. There's my haul, but you know what?
What?
I've got the Easter tree haul.
Yeah, you do.
I have.
What's that? What do you mean? The Easter tree haul?
The Easter tree.
The pattern?
The pattern.
Oh, yeah.
I get to keep that. I have all of
Lucky.
his, I have all of his patterns from Market. That's my other haul. Okay, so here we go.
That's awesome.
So Floss Toss. This is, so just to show you again, here's the mermaid, and I'm going to keep holding it up, okay? So it's one of just those couple colors
want me to hold
in there.
that while you do the fabrics?
Well, first, so first, I'm not a non-hand-dyed fabric type of girl. I'm sorry. This is the fabric that's suggested, okay? So it's this sea lily.
The print came out a little bit darker from the printer, but
yeah.
It's
so you can see with Erin's Floss Toss here that that actually matches.
Perfect.
That would be a pretty
Amazing.
darn perfect. But that's not how I roll.
So if you're not hand-dyed, if you don't like hand-dyed fabrics.
If you don't like hand-dyed fabrics.
That one works perfect.
Okay, Erin, you can hold these up. Okay, so here's my first Floss Toss. Stuffed Fabrics Loki. Now this one's specifically a 28 count Jobelin.
Let me hold it on this side. I guess it doesn't matter.
Okay, it doesn't, here, hold it this way to get kind of an idea. Because I mean, you can see, okay, so we'll hold that there. Let's hold this here and pull up close. Okay, so here's Floss Toss numero uno for the Curious Mermaid.
So if you have opinions, just
this
say...
is a dark blue.
Say
so
1,
pull
2,
back again.
3, 4, whatever.
So this is the first, or just say Loki. Okay, so here's the first Floss Toss for Loki. Okay.
You get to be involved in this situation.
Yeah. Although honestly, I'm not Erin. I'll probably just do whichever one I want, even if everybody is like, you've got to do Loki. And I'm like, oh, popular vote says I'll do Loki. Well, I'm going to do something else.
Don't be
I'm
that
a total
guy.
Jerk.
Don't be that guy.
Apparently. Okay, there's the first one. This one was the one I initially wanted to do it on.
This one's the best, I think.
Erin loves this one the best. Okay, so if anybody knows Mel from Facebook, she is Australian. She had a fabric called Colors of the Outback. Okay, she is not in business anymore, though rumor has told me, and by rumor I mean her, that she wants to start back up again. So she's in Australia, Colors of the Outback, and this is a Joey. So you know, like Silk Weaver has their solos. This is her like one-off fabrics or whatever you want to call them. And like Leslie has jewels. This is a Joey. Get it?
Yeah.
A Joey. Mm-hmm. A Joey. Anyways, this one is,
that one's too good,
I think,
man.
my fave. Now the colors, that's totally blown out.
Yeah,
that's the coloring right here. But look how good.
Oh, so
she
good.
would look so good on this. So here's the Floss Toss for this.
Yes.
So good, right?
Yes.
So that one is, again, this is a Colors of the Outback, a Joey.
Number 2, Colors of the Outback.
So yeah, Colors of the Outback.
Amazing.
Doesn't have an actual
Love
fabric
it.
color, again, because it's a Joey. That's a 28 count Lugana, if anybody cares.
So good.
So just say Colors of the Outback. And colors, because she is not in America, she does the U in there. Colors.
Oh,
because
fancy.
they're fancy.
They are
We're not.
fancy.
Okay. This one was one I don't
Next.
think I showed Erin last night. This is actually, oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, so Leslie from, I told you before, from Under the Sea Fabrics, Leslie LaFleur. She is one, she's like the first cross stitch friend I've ever had.
Aw. Got
So
friends.
she,
That's nice.
I have friends, I do. She, last time I went to,
This just looks like underwater.
yeah, so she does a retreat in Texas in May, which hopefully is not canceled. Freaking coronavirus. Nope! Again, to the coronavirus. Last time I went, she let me go through and grab a bunch of fabrics to hopefully do models on. Mm-hmm. Anyways, this is one of them. So this is Enchanted Forest. You guys, this fabric. This is Enchanted Forest. This is a 28 count linen. Look at it back here again. Because of the when we come up close, it kind of
gets blown out.
Yeah, it gets blown out, and that green, you lose that green. So this is the coloring. Now let me tell you why I like this. When you hold it this way, hold that there, Erin, for me.
Sure.
It frames exactly. No, it would be backwards. Actually, flip it, flipper. You can see that you have the sea floor on here, and then the coral or seaweed going up the sides. To me, that helps frame that part. This is like perfect to me because that totally helps if you think about that a little bit bigger. These, I mean, you have this darker part down here that you don't have at the top.
Sorry.
Which is actually, sorry, I just chin checked you. So anyways, I love that because of that aspect. So hold that up for me.
Okay.
Okay, so here's,
Closer.
well, just leave it there for a second. We'll do a
Alright.
close up. Okay, so here's the floss toss for this one. I feel like that
Pretty
framing.
good.
I mean, the colors as far as that Joey are perfect from colors of the Outback, but I love the variegation in this. Now, of course, that's going to look all blown out again because
That's all right. You get the
that's a
idea.
little bit better. Okay, so that is Leslie
That one's awesome.
LaFleur's Enchanted Forest.
Love it.
Linen. What is this? 28 count linen? Yeah, happens to be a 28 count linen. Okay, two more.
Yeah.
I have a special one at the end. Okay, this one is.
A little treat.
Oh no, I have no. Oh, I do have one. Okay, this one is a silk weaver, and it is rainforest opalescent fabric. It's a linen, so it's a Belfast opal Belfast. Okay, this is rainforest
Why do you like to hoard fabric? Can I ask?
because it's pretty.
Just because it's pretty, just like it.
Because I like pretty things, which is why I like you.
That's the lie.
He's not smart. He's not rich, but he sure is pretty.
Get off of me.
Okay,
Don't touch me. No touching.
So this is rainforest.
Ah, that one's cool too.
I know, Aaron. I mean, I guess they're all kind of a variation of blues and greens and whatever.
Yeah, but they're all different.
But they're all different, and they all would make a different look. Here's the floss toss of that one.
So then,
That one, I mean, it's nothing special. It would look great, but it's nothing special to me.
I think this is 5. If you want to go
No,
by
but
numbers.
they can just go by.
They can do whatever they
They
want.
can do whatever you want.
I gotta
Do
give them a
whatever
number so
you
they can.
want.
They don't have to listen to you.
Okay,
Hey,
so
do
this
what I
one's
do.
all right.
Don't listen
This
to
was
Cassandra.
the only opalescent fabric
Yeah,
I
5.
got. But I mean, it's very similar. But I mean, if they're not totally similar, like if you look and you're like, oh, it's all the same thing. They don't
They're
look
close.
anything alike.
That one's the most different, I think.
And Steph's Loki. Okay, so I think
Oh, yeah.
my faves though. Okay, and then there's one more.
But you weren't planning on doing that for the mermaid, were you?
No,
Loki?
no.
Yeah.
This is Banshee, not Loki.
Oh.
Banshee. You got me Banshee. I asked you to get Loki, but she was sold out. Okay, this one is different than all the rest. I showed this to Aaron and he told me no last night. Naturally, I want to do it now on this one. Okay, this one is actually a Steph's Fabbies. Again,
Everybody's going to agree with me.
this is Changeling.
Shut her down on this
And
one.
this
yo.
is a 32 count linen. Now this is actually, it's gonna get blown out. It's actually purple for the most part.
It is purple.
It is mostly a purple. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Do you want to hold that up there,
I
my
do.
love?
I do.
It's actually a purple. Now, it still has some kind of greens in here, which would be pretty dope.
It's got that light spot there, which is pretty
Yeah. But here's the
That might
floss
be
toss
better.
for that. I thought it was just very
the top.
fun. It has different shades of the colors. Like the colors look great on this fabric. So I thought it would be very interesting to do that purpley kind of fabric. It'd be so fun. So honestly, my favorites for this piece, and it's very important to me because honestly, like, so Kenny, years ago, I have a sugar maple fabric, I can't even think of what it's called, that he wants really bad, and I haven't given it to him. And he's like, well, you're never going to put anything on it. To me, because I don't have a lot of time and I'm not going to restitch something, I want to make sure it literally calls to me. I don't want to just be like, oh, it looked good on that. I want to be like, that fabric was made for it. So to me, the two things that speak to me the most, so I will most likely do on these other fabrics.
What are you going to go with?
I am leaning towards the colors of the Outback Joey
I like it.
or Leslie's Enchanted Forest because of that frame job. It was so cool how it framed it. So those are mine. The Enchanted Forest again because it has that framing on the bottom, kind of like dirt. It's just like more murky down there because you know, like in the ocean, how
of the water.
it swirls the sand up and it's all murky and stuff. I just love that look on that bottom. And then the top is more lighter. And I think that one is awesome as far as that goes. But I think color-wise, this Colors of the Outback, this Joey is
that one
just
works really good.
so fantastic.
Yeah, it looks good.
It's just very deep tones that, again, you're not really super picking up. I mean, that's actually really good right there when we put it down there. So what are your favorites, Aaron?
I kind of like that one. I'm worried that one might be a little dark.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that. It really
work.
does. I think it'd be
probably
fine.
Work really good.
Yeah. This color is the only thing you have to worry about blending in too much, but I don't think I don't think it would.
Yeah.
Because as you see...
Well, you want it to...
Yeah, you want it to blend in because of that green I'm talking about is this background. You kind of almost want it to be blended into the background. Not too much.
To look like it's far off into the distance, so it kind of does fade out.
So which one's your favorite?
I like this one.
You like that one? What's your second favorite?
I kind of do like that one, actually.
Which one? The Enchanted Forest?
Yeah.
By
this one
Leslie
looks like it's the underwater too. I think I like that one
Rainforest?
better. Yeah, they're both really good.
We actually agree.
Yeah, unfortunately.
We actually agree on this?
Dang it, I wanted to fight her on
I
it.
love you
But
so
yeah.
much. I would make out with you right now.
Let us know what your thoughts are.
What are your guys' thoughts? Now, I know it's kind of hard to see the colors on camera, but
it's kind of hard to
I
tell,
mean,
but-
really, you guys, this picture, look at that coloring. Oh, I'm going to do mermaid on that one. I'm so excited.
So, yeah. So, that was kind of our little bit of a market recap.
Now, Aaron, do you have enough pictures at all to send me any form of, to do any sort of like slideshow
Well,
at the end?
When we're talking about that certain thing, I'll try to
though.
insert them in there as we go through the video.
Honestly,
if not, I'll put them in the end. I don't know what.
This mermaid, this is my thoughts. This mermaid is really cool and girly. You have that coloring of that kind of raspberry tone.
I had all these great, big aspirations of doing a
off.
video each day at market.
Look at these colors on it. It would make it so, it would change the tone to instead of like this, like just a very girly, whatever.
To space?
No. What do you mean space?
That doesn't look like underwater. I guess that's the thing. You do whatever
you do whatever the crap you want. And just because you hate that one, I'm doing it on that.
Yeah, you're trying to convince me.
This is what you want me to do it on, Aaron.
Here's the thing. This is why this is a very I want to say generic because some people don't want to do hand-dyed fabrics.
I don't know why they wouldn't. I'm just kidding. I'm just
this
kidding.
is a very
to each your own.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, no. This is why initially he put it on this, and I'll tell you because I remember the conversation. Although he'll say you made up stuff, he didn't want to detract, and this is a problem I have. He didn't want to detract from the pattern at all.
Well,
So when you use a hand-dyed fabric, if it is too busy,
if it's too aggressive,
you're going to detract. Detract? Is that what I'm trying to say? Is that even a word?
It kind of takes over the design, and you want your design. You want your design to pop more than
Yeah.
So you don't want your fabric overpowering the design, essentially.
And honestly, that's the convo that we had because I am like, I'm not stitching because even just like look at the difference. Look at this freaking hard,
You got some
crusty. What do I have in there? A tree?
Floss. I think it's the.
It's the freaking floss for this fabric. We literally went to Michael's to buy. We literally went to Michael's last night to buy the floss for this pattern.
My gosh.
We had already floss tossed it up in here. So apparently I have double the. Look how funny that is. That is awesome.
That's amazing.
But no, so he didn't want to, because honestly, and I found this out. There are so many times I've bought a piece of fabric because I like the coloring, but it ends up being something that I would wear. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
But if I put anything on it, it would be too distracting. It would be too much in the background on a pattern.
Yes.
So that's actually why he did not initially put this one on upside down on a hand-dyed fabric. He just wanted a plain background.
Keep it simple, baby.
But he's wrong in this case, so.
Kiss rule.
What?
Keep it simple, stupid. Kiss. You never heard of that?
No.
Keep it simple, stupid?
No.
Whatever.
Did you just call me stupid?
Yes. That's my subtle way of calling you stupid.
Wow. So anyways, we got, honestly, so when we were trying to figure out, again, sneak peek of that geisha that Kenny has already shown, which is totally fine. He was the model stitcher. He can do whatever he wants. We got this fabric. Aaron was actually worried. Aaron was actually worried a little bit when we got this fabric. He was like, it's too busy. It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
It actually complements the design. It
complements it amazingly. And we never thought that I would never have chosen a pink for this.
This one is so good.
This one is so good. So just wait for the whole thing.
Just give it to him.
You guys, look at her. And I'm not even a geisha type of girl.
Oh.
But holy crap. And keep in mind, when we were showing this before, that is supposed to be like a moon or a sun behind her. You can see it's the sun.
It's like the setting sun.
You say the sun. I think it's a moon.
You're wrong.
But whatever. But anyways, you can see like the tree. So that is supposed to be that way. But then he doubled it up and made the the spokes of a umbrella. Yeah. So it is like her umbrella or parasol.
Whatever you want to call it.
He did that. Oh,
so it's like a little double whammy in the background.
You're so amazing, Aaron.
It's awesome. I love seeing those things come to life. That thing came out so good.
He sent me pictures of it. Kenny, if you watch this, he sent me pictures. He's like, I'm dying. He's like, it is so cool. He's like, I told you, he's so fun with it. Okay, anyways. Okay.
So yes, all the things. Cassandra's going to start that. So that's her whip.
That's my whip. Again, I've probably already started it by the time Aaron edits this video and puts it up.
No way.
But yeah, no, but for real, comment whichever one you think I should do. Although I'm like 99% sure it's going to either be on the Joey or Enchanted Forest by Under the Sea Fabrics.
Market
it's a
was
darn
amazing.
Shame. She better start up again. You guys, it's
you
been...
interrupted me. I totally lost my train of thought before.
I'm so sorry, baby boo.
Gosh dang it.
I'm really sad. I really hope Mel starts doing it again. But I think what scared people was that she was in Australia and that people would have to pay shipping charges. I think that's, but honestly, it's not that much more money. Like, I think I've said this before, Pull Stitches is one of my absolute favorite. The exchange rate is not bad, especially for Australians. So we actually can buy her fabric really cheap. We just have to pay the shipping charges. But like Pull Stitches, it only ends up being a couple more bucks. And to me, I mean, it's worth it. And it helps them. I mean, it's their craft and it makes it more exotic. You guys, this piece of fabric's Australian.
Yeah, it is. It came from across the world.
Yeah. Whereas like this piece of fabric, I think where's Steph in?
I
mean, it's
Texas,
just cool.
maybe?
She's not Texas. I think she's
I just threw that out there.
I'm going to say she's in Michigan.
Oh, I think
but anyways, no, I'm just kidding. But for real, this fabric's Australian. So
yeah. So
that sounds.
I wanted. The plan was to go into market a little bit more in depth. We did a previous video. Cassandra started talking crap on me.
I told him
so I rushed
boring.
a little bit. If you have any questions,
what didn't you get to say?
I don't know. It's too late now. It's over with. Get it?
No, what didn't you have to say?
Dude, I love you're chilling. You're eating snacks.
Guys, here's the deal. I've been on a diet for this cruise for 2 months now. 3.5 months. Now that it's been canceled.
Just YOLO.
You only live once.
All the snacks. Snack it up.
Dude, you want to see what's for real?
Yes. So, if you have any questions about market, if you're curious about anything, go ahead and ask. I mean, we're more than happy to release all the, say all the information. Oh, one thing I did want to say, this is going to be totally random, but I had somebody in the comments of our first video, I keep forgetting to respond, what cross-stitch program I use, and I use PC Stitch. That is totally random, but if you're the one that asked the question, let me know in the comments. So, here's Cassandra. Like, literally, is this not ridiculous?
No. What is ridiculous about buying about 9 pounds of Cadbury mini eggs? There's nothing ridiculous about that.
So ridiculous. With that, we're going to send you off. Thank you for watching. What are they going to do? No, don't do it! Dude, that was pretty good. You didn't spill that at all.
Dude, I got practice. I can't go on my cruise.
Tell them to like and subscribe to the video.
Like and subscribe on this video. I'm gonna go eat some of these.
We'll see you next time. You guys are amazing.
You guys are amazing.
Thank you very much.
See you later.